Hello everyone, this is Ringo987 with a Hunting by Daybreak skip. So we have Seteth, who's gonna kill the boss, and this is the 5-turn strategy. He needs either the Thunderbrand, the Galatea Pegasus Corps battalion maxed out, and one Rocky Burdock from base, or Empire Pegasus Corps and the Brave Axe, which has to be forged with wood steel. And then Byleth has to have the reposition combat art from Mastering Soldier. So on turn 1 we begin by repositioning Seteth closer to that thief, because we're gonna need to stand on his tile. Then Seteth is going to equip the accuracy ring and use the lure gambit to bait him out of the tile. If you have the Empire Pegasus Corps battalion, you can always let them attack into you from your starting area or something. This thief can be defeated in a multiple amount of ways. Just don't aggro the other enemies. So with this strategy on turn 2, I'm going to use the training lance on him, because Swordbreaker. I should probably go over the inventory here. So Byleth's inventory doesn't actually matter, but Seth's does. You can also re-equip him in this chapter. Needs a light weapon that doesn't weigh him down, so training lance works. An accuracy ring for accuracy. Thunderbrand or Brave Axe, as I mentioned. The March ring, or the boots, but one of them. A speed ring from the chapter 10 chest, and a concoction. So on turn 2 you want your units to be positioned like this. Oh right, and Seteth also has the... This sword prowess would be replaced by axe prowess if you had the Brave Axe, and the Swordbreaker is relevant, and lance prowess for evasion. The other skills can be whatever, but since this is an untrained Seteth specifically, I go with authority level 3 for the bonus damage on this one thief. So here we have Petra, who has to have the Empire Armored Corps battalion for Impregnable Wall, which we're going to use right now. Now, Byleth is going to reposition Seteth to put him forward, because on other routes you can just stride plus Impregnable Wall, since you get 2 units here, but you only get Petra here, so you have to improvise. If you equip the March ring first, and if you have the Empire Pegasus Corps, you gambit from this tile, but since I have the Galatea Pegasus Corps, I do it from this tile. This one has to connect. This is to stun lock the enemies, not to do damage, just to stun lock them. And Seteth will move to this tile, and we let the enemy phase play out. Now, this is also possible to do without either reposition or smite on Byleth. If you have Byleth as the Wyvern, and they have both boots and the March ring, then you can also do this strategy, because then you actually have enough movement to do this. But if you don't, then this has to be the way you do it. So thanks to Impregnable Wall, I can't die. I'm using the 0% growth file just to show it off. Except that Seteth wasn't trained at all, other than the one Rocky Burdock, which I need for the Thunderbrand Galatea Pegasus Corps strategy. Now this brawler never gambits, so you don't have to worry about getting gambited. And with Impregnable Wall you survive anyway. Now Seteth is going to move to this tile, the March ring. Then he's going to equip the speed ring and use a concoction. Now, with the speed ring, Seteth has exactly 21 AS. This archer has 24 AS, so he's exactly doubled. Also boosts his evasion, of course. Byleth just retreats, and they're out of range. And you need to hope that at least one of the archers will miss. It's fine if one of them connects, just both cannot. Yeah, so for example, now I have guaranteed survival. We also get Caspar and Dorothea up top. I should have probably moved Dorothea. If I have to Divine Pulse back, I'll need to make sure to move her. She can actually chip an enemy, which might be relevant. And thanks to me baiting the enemies on turn 3 with Byleth, Petra and Byleth are safe on turn 4. Now the top squad shows up. On this run I have a trained Bernadetta, but a trained Ferdinand von Ayer with 3 strikes would also do. So we're gonna, since I have only Bernadetta, I have to kill the fake boss with them. If you have Wyvern Ferdinand with 2 strikes, then if the boss spawns over here, then use him to kill the real boss, because he has more evasion. But as it stands, I have to do this. Ferdinand here has Stride, and Linhardt is going to perform a free range warp. This is just to show that you can do this with a really under-leveled Linhardt, just so long as he has a free range warp. Dismounting plus Stride and Brave Lance is enough to kill, and on 0% growths as long as you have a good battalion and Death Blow. If you can't kill him outright, then use Vengeance with a Killer Lance Plus, because even from full HP it will give plus 10 critical. Boss spawns and he's sadly pretty dodgy, because good game design, I guess. So we have March Ring, we equip the March Ring on Seteth, move to this tile and equip the Accuracy Ring, and use the Thunderbrand. Sadly this accuracy isn't that great, but we do get rerolls in form of Byleth, Petra and Berthia. I will miss. Okay, gonna have to see about that. You can use Impregnable Wall again to bait these kinds of attacks. So now I'm advancing 3 times the RNs. And sadly this is just going to be me trying for this until it works. But you can advance a different amount of RNs every time, so eventually it should work. So now I missed. However, sorry. 10 divine pulses be like. So since apparently I miss like that, I'm going to try this by shooting twice with a bow to advance 2 RNs rather than 3. Again, if you were to target the fake boss with Seteth, then the fake boss has less evasion, so your accuracy will be higher, but you need Ferdinand in that case to attack the second boss, since... Well, unless Bernadetta is also a Wyvern, but then you need higher attack. A Wyvern or Pegasus, but... Yeah, the attack threshold is higher then. Unless you're critting, and it's more... Well, it's easier to reach the attack threshold, but of course you need to crit, so... You win some, you lose some. And there we go. After advancing a different amount of RNs, Seteth gets the kill, and that is the 5th turn. Now, if you have both... Wyvern Bernadetta and Wyvern Ferdinand, then what you can actually do is give Linhardt Stride, have Bernadetta kill one of the bosses, and Ferdinand gets the Axe of Ukon Vasara chest. Or if you just have Peg Bernadetta and Wyvern Ferdinand, then you can get the Cursed Ashia sword chest. But yeah, this is the Hunting by Daybreak 5th turn. See you guys whenever I upload in the next 6 months.